All right, gang, I am off to a uncharacteristically late night screening for the new coming-of-age high school dramedy, The Edge of 17.
Nick, I like you. I want you to put your mouth on my tits. We can do it in the Petland stockroom. I can't send this. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my God, no. Oh, help me if you can.
And I have to say, I'm a little bit concerned going in because I haven't seen The Edge of 1 through 16 yet.
Are you even up there?
Hashtag beyond obvious sarcasm. I think the trailers in particular looked really, really good. I also like the cast that's involved in this film. You got Woody Harrelson. Even when he does junk, he always gives a compellingly offbeat performance. Is this your kid? She also got Hailee Steinfeld front and center in this film, and for those who forgot, she gave the Academy Award nominated performance, I think the true standout performance, in the Koban brothers remake of True Grit from a few years back.
You think I'm silly enough to give you $50 and watch you simply ride off?
I'm a bonded U.S. Marshal.
That weighs but little with me. I will see the thing done.
She's dabbled in a few key supporting roles here and there, but nothing really has stood out to me as much as her really commanding performance in True Grit. I mean, I think it takes a special type of young actress to really commit herself to a part with so much intelligence and grace and wit as she did with that film. And I knew as soon as I saw True Grit that she was going to be a bona fide movie star going forward. And I've been hearing nothing but truly wonderful things about The Edge of 17. Some have been actually saying that this is the Juno of this year, and that's pretty damn high praise.
Really?
So without further ado, I'm going to journey off to the cinema. I'm going to check this baby out, and I'll be back with a review. All right, gang, I just got out of The Edge of 17. I'm just going to throw this right out there. This film is legit awesome.
Really?
It was that good. One of the most sublime surprises of the fall film season thus far for me. It's kind of a film that makes you, so bloody happy that you saw it that you want to like immediately rush out of the cinema as soon as those end credits start rolling and tell everyone to go and see it, because you should really go and see this film. And it's kind of a crying shame that it came out opposite of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because everybody on the planet with a pulse went and saw that film. And quite frankly, I think they all made a mistake, because this was the movie everyone should have been seeking out this past weekend. So basically, it is a sort of a John Hughes-esque coming-of-age high school dramedy. I normally don't like throwing out descriptors like that for movies, but there is definitive echoes of the John Hughes aesthetic that kind of permeate this film. But one thing I think that this film does a hell of a lot better than a lot of Hughes films is that most of the adult characters in John Hughes films, let's be honest, they're kind of one-dimensional stooges, whereas in this film, they're afforded a lot more atypical depth. That's one of the many things that The Edge of 17 gets correct. It's not just about the teenage characters, but it's also about the older adult characters and how they're also learning to become better people. They're on a process of discovery, and they're learning alongside the younger characters. So basically, it follows the trials and tribulations of this young woman who's played in just a bravura performance by Hailee Steinfeld. I mean, if you had any doubts that this girl is a bona fide movie star, then you should seek out True Grit, obviously, if you haven't, and you definitely should be checking out this, because this film all but solidifies her as one of the best young actresses, I think, working today.
Does that make you think I'm pathetic all of a sudden?
I cannot foresee a future where she is not nominated for an Academy Award for her performance here. So basically, she's this young girl, and she is damaged goods. Like, and like, it's not to say that she is a depressed human being, but she is a young woman that is really awkward, kind of a teenager. She's I guess she's always been kind of awkward. She's kind of got this eccentric personality, which unfortunately has not allowed for her to become very popular in school. Where
Two types of people in the world. The people who naturally excel at life.
Golden boy.
What's up?
And the people who hope all those people die in a big explosion. Look at that stupid shirt my brother's wearing.
Whereas her older brother, played very well by Blake Jenner, and you may remember him from Everybody's Got Some from earlier this year. He is the star athlete / jock that's got everything going for him, and everyone loves him. So she's constantly resenting his presence in her life.
No. Oh, I'm sorry you feel guilty for never caring about anyone but yourself.
Oh, yeah, no, that's exactly it.
Face it, you're obsessed with yourself.
Oh, my God.
And of course, she also has this really fractured relationship with her mother.
Why don't you try being positive?
I'm gonna write down the next thing you're gonna say.
I'm not playing your little games, Nadine.
But she seems forever kind of traumatized by losing her father, because he was really the very best friend that she ever had in life. So needless to say, there's not much of an overarching plot per se in the film. It's really just a series of strung together scenes, but oh my God, when the scenes are as authentically genuine and dramatically strong as they are in this film, and comedically strong, I might add, it almost doesn't matter that there's a definitive lack of a plot that goes from A to B to C. That's not to say that the characters don't go on an emotional journey in the film that's satisfying or rewarding, because they do.
And I had Krista. Oh my God! My brother? Seriously? I can't help how I feel.
The main, I guess, thrust of the plot is that she has been very close with her only friend really in the world outside of her deceased father, who has unfortunately decided to become the girlfriend of her older brother. And this causes her to go into this tailspin of self-loathing, and then the plot sort of, I guess, thickens from there.
Are you having a problem today, Nadine?
Several. I don't really have any friends at the moment.
Help me if you can. Life isn't fair sometimes, Nadine, okay? You gotta get over it.
Man, you know, I can't think of enough good things to say about Steinfeld's performance in this film. I mean, first of all, the camera just loves her. She is a very attractive young woman, but beyond that, she really has this impeccable knack for infusing a lot of pathos in her character, and she's really good at handling the overt comedic aspects of the film, but most importantly, plays a very multifaceted character with a lot of endearing quirks, but she also is quite dislikable at the same time as well.
Report card on the refrigerator like you're 5 years old. Hey everybody, look, I pooped in the big potty. God, do you even know what it feels like to love another human being?
Oh, man, you are so dramatic.
She does and says a lot of hurtful and spiteful things to other people without even really thinking of the repercussions. So she's kind of a selfish bitch at times to people.
Hey.
Hey, I heard you were looking for me at lunch.
Yeah, I can't talk right now.
Oh, okay. And just go. Okay.
I really love the fact that The Edge of 17 doesn't go out of its way to completely sugarcoat her character to make her more palatable and to make her more likable to audiences. That's not to say that she is not likable, but she is very rough around the edges, and Steinfeld does a wondrous job at showing those rough edges.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. I'm not. No.
Medicine, like an antidepressant, whatever, they gave them to me when my dad died. I was only on them for like a month, though. People take them like all the time. It's totally normal.
The film just it affords all the characters layers of complexity that you don't see in a lot of angsty teen high school dramedies. Like, take the brother, for example. In a lesser film, he would have been portrayed as this stereotypical, obligatory, narcissistic jock with a me attitude above all else. But rather compellingly, he is really shown as a sensitive, kind, and caring person that does think about others beyond his own inner circle. And I think Blake Jenner really has the trickiest performance task in the film, because he sort of has to play his character in a manner that subverts our expectations of the character.
No. Hey, you're so messed up for bringing up that story. You're so messed up. Man, do you even realize how sick in the head you are for bringing that up?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he has really good, strong chemistry with Steinfeld. It's totally believable that they are siblings in this film. And then there's the adult characters as well. Kyra Sedgwick plays Steinfeld's deeply flawed and, in a way, damaged goods mother.
I think it looks kind of bad, you know, it's kind of poofy, and I don't know, do my arms look bad?
No?
Certainly do gain the sense that there's a lot more to this character that meets the eye. She also has her own internal pains and fears and apprehensions about the future, and she's trying her damnedest to raise her equally flawed daughter in the best possible manner that she can. And there's a really intriguing dynamic that exists between mother and daughter in this film, and in a way it's really about mother and daughter sort of coming to grips with who they are, how they relate to one another, and how they really need to begin communicating with one another effectively in order to move positively forward. And I think that's a really good message in this film.
You have all the answers, don't you?
No, which is why I wish I had a mother who would notice.
Woody Harrelson also shows up as her high school history teacher.
Hey.
Busy.
I don't want to take up a ton of your time, but I'm gonna kill myself. I just thought that an adult should know.
Wow.
Some of the best and most humorous scenes in the film showcase him sort of at his wit's end, trying to deal with this young girl who constantly seems like she is an annoying thorn in his side in between periods.
Isn't so bad. I just want to be with you. I want you to put your mouth on my tits. I want to feel you inside. God, we can do it in the Petland stockroom.
Won't you please?
Oh my God.
If the film has a weakness, I would say that for as great as Woody Harrelson's zingers are, and for as impeccable as he plays the character.
Say something, please help me.
You need to watch out for run-on sentences.
The teacher doesn't quite come across as credible in this film, and I'm only saying that because a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I actually trained to be a teacher, and I have a little bit of teaching experience in an internship capacity, and I can tell you that a lot of the things that Harrelson's teacher does and says in this film would most likely lead to him being terminated from his job.
Actually, I was writing my own suicide note just now. I have 32 fleeting minutes of happiness during lunch, which has been eaten up again and again by the same especially badly dressed student. And I finally thought I would rather have the dark nothingness.
Not quite a realistically rendered teacher, but nevertheless, I really dug what Harrelson brought to the table in this film. And he too, his scenes with Steinfeld, man, they just have this performance symmetry together that just complements everything else that's going on in the film really, really well. This film just gets youth and adolescent culture better than probably any other film since probably Juno. I mentioned Juno earlier in my review, but it's certainly true.
Really?
This film understands how teenagers talk and how they act and how they relate to one another and how they do stupid and hurtful things to one another. And the film is R-rated. And unapologetically so. That's not to say that it is a raunch-filled comedy of debauchery and sexual innuendo and filled with gross, disgusting bathroom humor that revolves around bodily functions. No, the film is rated R because these kids talk rough and they talk tough and they use dirty words. And that's how young kids, whether we like it or not, really talk to one another. So I think this film captures the microcosm of modern youth as good as any previous film that I've seen about youth. And that's a bold claim, but I'm saying it.
Don't be awkward. Socialize.
Life's about taking risks. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
All in all, The Edge of 17 is a terrific, funny, and at times deeply moving portrait of a deeply flawed teenager trying to eke out a life. And Steinfeld is an actress that is seriously going places. And the girl, she is only 19, but she has a ridiculously long career ahead of her. And my God, she better get an Oscar nomination for this film. And if she doesn't, it'll be a serious miscarriage of Academy Award justice. So there you go. There is my very enthusiastic review of The Edge of 17. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the film. Also, let me know in the comments what some of your favorite coming-of-age high school dramedies are. Once again, thank you very much for watching. If you could like this video, I'd really appreciate it. If you could subscribe to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you all at the movies.